him seated on his own bedstead and personally brought him all kinds of fruits and drinks to offer him, as is proper in receiving a worshipable guest. Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme pure, but because he was playing the role of an ordinary human being, Krishna actually washed the Brahmin's feet, and, for his own purification, he sprinkled the water onto his head. It is said that when the residents of the palace saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead washing the feet of the poor, emaciated Brahmin, they became struck with great wonder at the humble attitude of the Lord. After thus offering him an adequate welcome, and after the Brahmin had taken food and drink, Lord Krishna said,
"My dear friend, it is a great fortune that you have come here. You must have brought some presentation for me from your home."
While he was addressing his friend, Lord Krishna was looking upon him and smiling with great love. Lord Krishna knew that Sudama was hesitating to present some paltry morsels of chipped rice, which was actually unfit for Krishna's eating. The Lord, however, knew Sudama's mind.
"Certainly I am not in need of anything, but if my devotee gives me something as an offering of love, even though it may be very insignificant, I accept it with great pleasure. On the other hand, if a person is not a devotee, even though he may offer me very valuable things, I do not like to accept them. Actually, I accept only things which are offered to me with devotion and love. Otherwise, however valuable the thing may be, I do not accept it. If my pure devotee offers me even the most insignificant things, a little flower, a little leaf, or even a little water, that saturates the offering in devotional love, then not only do I gladly accept such an offering, but I eat it with great pleasure."
Krishna assured Sudama that he would be very glad to accept even the most insignificant offering which he had brought from home. Yet, out of great shyness, Sudama hesitated to present it to the Lord, and simply bowed his head. Lord Krishna, the Super Soul, knows everything within everyone's heart. He knows everyone's determination and everyone's want. He knew, therefore, the reason for Sudama coming to him. He knew that, driven by extreme poverty, he had come there at the request of his wife. Thinking of Sudama as his very dear friend, he knew that Sudama's love for him as a friend was never tainted by any desire for material benefit.
Sudama did not come asking anything from him, but being obliged by the request of his wife, he has come to see me just to please her. More material offerings than can be imagined, even by the king of heaven.
Suddenly, he snatched a bundle of chipped rice which was hanging on the shoulder of the poor Brahmin.
"Dear friend, you have brought me some nice, palatable chipped rice. My dear Sudama, I consider that this quantity of chipped rice will not only satisfy me, but will satisfy the whole creation."
It is to be understood from this statement that Krishna, being the original source of everything, is the root of the entire creation. As watering the root of the tree immediately distributes water to every part of the tree, so an offering made to Krishna, or any action done for Krishna, is to be considered the highest welfare work for everyone, because the benefit of such an offering is distributed throughout the creation. Love for Krishna becomes distributed to all the entities. While Lord Krishna was speaking to Sudama, he ate one morsel of chipped rice from his bundle, and when he attempted to eat a second morsel, Rukmini Devi, who was the goddess of fortune herself, checked the Lord by catching hold of him.
My dear Lord, This one morsel of chipped rice is sufficient to cause him who offered it to become very opulent in this life, and to retain his opulence in the next life. You are so kind to your devotee that even this one morsel of chipped rice pleases you very greatly, and your pleasure assures the devotee opulence both in this life and in the next.
This indicates that when food is offered to Lord Krishna with love and devotion, and he is pleased and accepts it from his devotee, Rukmini Devi, the goddess of fortune, becomes so greatly obliged to the devotee that she has to go personally to the devotee's home to turn it into the most opulent home in the world. After spending the night in the palace of the Lord, Sudama left the following morning. The learned Brahmin did not appear to have received anything substantial from Lord Krishna while he was at his palace, and yet he did not ask for anything from the Lord. He started for his home, thinking always about his reception by Krishna, and thus he became merged in transcendental bliss. Thinking in this way, the learned Brahmin gradually reached his own home. But on reaching it, he saw that everything had been wonderfully changed. He saw that in place of his own cottage, there were now huge palaces made of valuable stones and jewels. They were glittering like the sun